lanes, in between vehicles, even go the wrong way. So we'll see what
good.
happens. They're going all the way over here. They might be exiting the freeway. We'll see what happens.
That's right. 60 freeway eastbound, it looks like they're near the Atlantic Boulevard, and we've seen them on their cell phones, weaving through traffic. And of course, now this pursuit involves an assault on a police officer after one of those bikers tried
exiting Anton.
Yeah, exiting. Okay.
All right. If you want to know more about that, that's on the list. Solar panels. Yeah. When most people get solar panels and hook to the grid, you might see that they've only got solar panels on one side, perhaps two sides, some of them have as well. It depends on how much they want to get. Some houses can only get it on one side, which is a downer. When it comes to solar and how effective your system can be for how many panels you got. So some places will have, say, 20 panels, same system as you, but yet they can have power longer, more power. As the panels are positioned to get sun all the time. You can have a house, if you want the sun all the time, you'd have a beam like a clothesline, with your panels on top, they follow the sun, all the panels. It's the ultimate, that's what power grids do. So if you put them on your house, a lot of those spots, you'll go, why don't I get as much power as the other dude? And I've got the same amount of solar panels. It's because of your house position. Maybe if you got a couple of those solar panels and actually spread them out, you might, in the long run, if you had batteries, get more power because the sun's on them more than not. But if you have batteries, it all depends. If the sun gets there with how many panels you got, it could be the same as well. Right? So you can have the sun half goes over your panels, so you have half the panels over there and half panels there. But they both get the full power, but there's only half of them, right? And then if the sun went over the top like that, and you have panels here and then 8 there instead of 4 there, then it'll absorb all that power then, and you still get the same amount of power to put into the battery. The battery will just have to swap. Or you can balance it out where you just use a little battery, or you have it where you're using all battery, then use no battery, balancing out the battery. That's how it'll work with solar. Or if you're lucky enough, you can have it because the sun comes up on an angle. See here it comes up, definitely at daylight saving, it sort of comes up from here in this corner, back corner, comes up and over on an angle like this, sort of over the house a little bit on this angle like that. Comes from this far corner in the back, right at the back here, right at the back far corner, and then it comes up, it swings sort of out, so it comes up. In the morning it looks like it's coming up on the back here on the side where the cats are, but then when it comes up to the middle here, and you'll see it here, and then you see it here, and then you'll see it over there, kind of coming down. So it's like an angle, like that. And so if I had a roof like this, sitting where I am now, then I'd get one side and then the other side, and the other side would pretty much miss out. But if you have a flatter, it depends on the angle of your roof too. If your roof is not so flat, and then you have panels on it, like this one here, and I can put panels at the top here, panels on the side, so when the sun comes up, I'm getting the full what you need. So there's enough panels there to give me the full power. As soon as the sun comes up, goes up real quick, within half an hour to 40 minutes, you'd go from starting to get power to full power of that capacity. The sun's up on those panels, right? And so I can get full power within an hour to 40 minutes, all depends on the day, and then keep it, right? Because as the sun's going up, it not only I get too much because it still uses a little bit of that, then I'm hitting another 4 set that are getting the full sun. So it keeps it, and then as it comes down to the end, I'm getting another full set, and it's full power. Like daylight savings now, I'm noticing we get to about 6. I'm still using the aircon now. Not full power, but it's starting to die down. It dies down a little slower with daylight savings, so you get a little more along the time. But it'll go full power, then all of a sudden go within the hour again, like it does as it charges up. And so I'm lucky to have, and then I had to have 3 lots of those panels to do that, which is what I did over here, on the top here, and over there. And a little bit get to feed a little bit each other as the sun goes down. So it's usually always 2 sides. So on this side it's these panels and the top ones on this side because it's on an angle. And then as it comes over, it's the other 2 set. Pretty much as the other one pretty much has nothing. That's how you set them up. And I thought I'd talk about them a little bit. If you can get panels that are cheap as a fence, then you might as well have more panels than you need. So that way you can have as much power as you need. To bring it in, and you can use any old panels. They don't have to look fancy, but I noticed a lot of people only have a few panels because they like the latest, fanciest thing. You pay 4 to 5 times more for within that couple of years, and you'll find out your money goes down the tube real quick. There's another lot of panels, and when it comes to the solar panels, if you notice the size of them and that, they haven't really changed too much. Definitely the looks in the last 5 years, and they're all about the same, about bringing the same amount of power. They just look a little more fancy in a lot of ways. And a little smaller, but you might as well have that little bigger, you know what I mean? They haven't changed too much for the price cost. So if you've got to have one that's this big instead of that big, so it's a little smaller, but you can get 5 of these this big at a cheap cost because it's an old standard one, or you want the new latest one that's rare and costs 5 times more, and it's just that much smaller, so you can fit in a panel each 5. You know what I mean? It's not really worth it. You're better off getting the fence panels. Which is what I did on second-hand ones. Because technically, when it comes to solar panels, as long as they're not damaged, of course, they do have a time limit with crap inferior products and like, cheap Chinese stuff to good inferior. You don't know which one you brought. Depends on what you brought there. And when it comes to China, you expect panels to play up. But as long as it hasn't gone bzz, it's still usable till you go, when's it going to go bzz? It might. That's what it's like with cheap stuff that I've noticed. Because a couple of my panels have done it a little bit where they've gone bzz. And the good thing about it is they can go bzz a little bit and still be functional, which is good. With the panels that I've got, I've noticed until there's too many bzz and then they just won't work. I've noticed little burnout spots if you look at the panel. The cell could go, but the panel can still work until the wrong cell goes where it's on a main line kind of thing, and then it doesn't. That's what I've noticed. And you're like, you can't use it at all now. You got damaged, you got shot with that same bullet wound in the wrong area, as you could say. But anyway, have a good one, everybody, and see you later.